Okay, I have a question for all of you women out there. Are you a ride or die woman? Ride or die is an underground term which is now becoming mainstream and describes women who say they would do anything for their man. Anything. This includes standing by him while he cheats or commits a crime, no matter what. Any ride or die women in the room? Well, there are a lot of them out there. Jesseca says that she is a ride or die woman who is standing by her husband, Claude, even after he has admitted to cheating with at least approximately sort of 10 women.
When I first saw Claude, it was love at first sight. In the beginning, our marriage was really great. For 6 months, he said the right things. It was sweetheart this, sweetheart that. And then I felt that it was all a big fat lie. Claude cheated on me about 2 or 3 times during my pregnancy. I know for a fact that Claude has cheated on me about 10 times. I feel that there may be more women, but I don't have the proof.
I don't know why I cheat. It's just something I do. It's just a dog in me.
I haven't left Claude because I love him. I believe that we are meant to be together.
Other than the cheating and lying, I treat Jesseca with the utmost respect.
If I have to put up with the infidelity, then I will.
I don't know what it'd take for me to stop cheating. I'd like to find out.
I'm a ride or die woman because 90% of the women wouldn't put up with what I have or stand by their man like I do.
Take me through the conversation you've had with yourself that says this is acceptable to you. And by acceptable, I mean you're still with him. You're hanging in there.
Yes, sir.
And you plan to hang in there.
Yes, sir, I do.
Why?
Because I love him. We have a beautiful son together.
Right.
And I will never put my son through what I have been through.
Which is?
My dad left when I was young, and I will do anything to make sure that our son has a mother and a father.
Including allow yourself to be disrespected, violated, humiliated, all the things that come from knowing that how many women do you think he's cheated on you with?
Probably about 10. Mm-hmm. About 10 women.
Okay, and that's 10 that you know about?
Yes, sir.
And surely you don't think you know about every single one.
He has told me that he has told me about all of them, and I choose to believe that he has told me about all of them because we have talked to each other in depth about it.
Well, you know, actually, as you say that, maybe he has. Because if you just say, well, okay, do you want him to cheat?
No, sir, I don't want him to cheat.
Do you want him to stop?
Yes, sir. I would like for him to stop, but if I have to put up with it, then I will.
Well, then he won't stop.
I don't think he knows why he cheats.
Well, he can.
Yes, sir, he can.
I mean, look, if you're going to just do it, and he's going to be allowed to do it, and you're going to put up with it, then he has no incentive to change, right? I mean, necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes, sir.
How is he at the other parts of the relationship? Is he a good provider?
Yes, sir. He is a good provider in his own way. He is not a man that keeps a 9-to-5 job, and I'm okay with that because he does provide for me emotionally. He provides for our son emotionally. He's an excellent father.
Uh-huh. Does he have a job?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Who pays the bills?
I have the job that pays the bills like on a day-to-day basis, you know, the house payment and things like that.
You're a nurse, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you've been working as a nurse for
10 years.
10 years?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
So my income is what we make sure that we pay the bills on, and his income allows us, you know, to have our horses and things like that.
Well, here's the letter you wrote to me. You said, Dr. Phil, where do I start? I've been with my husband for 4 years, and in that time I've caught him cheating several times. He's lied to me, and I have supported him more than half of our time together, and it's mainly due to the fact that he doesn't want to work. I'm a nurse, so I don't make very good money, but he would rather hunt than help me with the bills. Since I've been with him, I have lost about 10 to 15 friends and family, so I'm isolated to my husband and my child, and about the only person that has anything to do with me is my mom, but I lie to her about the things he does, so I don't want to lose her as well. I mainly stick by him because I believe that marriage is forever, and for better or worse, this is my life.
I did write that. I did say that.
So you do support him at least half the time.
Yes, sir. And since I have written that, things have gotten better as far as his supporting us.
Okay. But you're okay with him cheating. And not that you prefer it, but you accept it. I'm trying
Yes.
to find out how you square this up in your
It's
mind.
not so cut and dry. It is not just cut and dry. It's just
That's why I'm asking, so you can clarify for me.
I have to accept it if it happens, but I do everything that I can to prevent it. I try to be a good wife. I try to be a good mother. You know, and I've even asked him to leave if he doesn't want to be here, and he tells me that he loves me and does want to be with me and my son.
But you accept him cheating, and he knows that you're not going to kick him out or
Yes.
because you actually got a divorce.
Yes, sir, we did.
Why did you do that?
The divorce was mainly to kind of tell him that it's okay for him to not cheat. It doesn't legally bind me to him anymore, and for inheritance reasons for my son.
But the day you got the divorce didn't change anything.
No, sir.
Didn't you go to the lake or something that day? Or
Yeah, we just family activities that day.
Okay. And he lies to you.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
No, sir.
But there's no consequence to it.
No, sir.
Are you okay with him not working and providing for you better than he does? Is that okay?
It's technically not okay. I mean, but you can't make somebody do something that they don't want to do. I accept it. I have to.
Well, no, you don't have to. Do you know if he has safe sex with these women?
I don't know.
And you're a nurse,
Yes, sir.
so you understand about sexually transmitted diseases, and you still have sex with him.
Yes, sir.
And he has sex with 10 other women that you know of in 4 years.
Yes, sir.
So that's every couple of months, and you don't know how many times he's had sex with them, just 10 different ones.
Right.
So he may have had sex with each of them 10 times. You don't know.
That's right. I don't know.
So it could be 100 times, and then you. So do you ever check yourself for STDs?
Yes, sir. I do.
Have you caught anything yet?
No, sir.
Well, Jesseca says that she is a ride or die woman for her husband, Claude. She has been sticking by him through affair after affair after affair. But their marriage isn't exactly what it seems because, well, as I said earlier, they really aren't married.
What people don't know is that I have already divorced Claude, and we continue to live together as husband and wife. I told Claude that if he wanted to be in my life, that this was the best way to keep us together.
In my heart, I'm still married to Jessica.
We consider ourselves spiritually married, even though we are not technically married. We are together now because we want to be, not because we have to be. Another reason for my divorce is to show Claude that cheating isn't okay. The divorce didn't work because Claude is still cheating.
Okay, Claude is joining us now. What were you saying as you were walking up?
We're not here about my job, we're here about cheating. I can walk off the stage right now.
Well, have at it. So that was Claude, ladies and gentlemen. What do you make of that?
I think that he wants to get to the cheating part. I mean, I understand that as far as supporting us and things like that, it's, as a family, it's a whole unit. It's, people want to understand, I guess, the whole picture. But I understand that he's here because of the cheating and does want to try to make things right.
Well, he's not here at all. He left. So
I think that he's also nervous.
Well, I think he's nervous, and I think he's a bully. He's been bullying the staff backstage. He's been throwing at the makeup people backstage, the guest coordinators. They asked for security to come up because they were uncomfortable with being up there with him. So I guess he just kind of is a bull in the china shop and gets away with it. I mean, you let him get away with it.
Obviously, I do.
Well, I'm not so afflicted.
I understand.
And you know that. I mean, you know me. If he wants to sit down and have a conversation, there's the chair. But if he wants to throw a tantrum and walk off, he can throw a tantrum and walk off. I mean, it's okay with me. In Claude's absence, I'll just read some quotes that he sent us. Outrageous statements that I think are outrageous. He said, "It's my choice to cheat. I don't have an answer as to why I cheat." He says, "I don't intentionally go out to find someone to cheat with. The girls just approach me." Said, "Jesseca will be by my side no matter what I do." He said, "Jesseca puts up with my cheating because she loves me and is understanding. I have standards when cheating. Women can't be ugly, fat, or trashy." He says, "Sex with Jesseca is a 10 only when I get it, and I only get it once a week." So these are all quotes from Claude. Do you agree with all of those?
Yes, I do.
So you will stand by his side no matter what he does?
Yes, sir. I will stand by his side.
Is there anything he could do that you would say that's enough?
If he were to harm our child, then...
But he's a good father.
He is an excellent father.
I mean, he doesn't do anything inappropriate from a father's standpoint.
And he has never, hit me. We've never been, physical violent or anything like that. So him harming my child would probably be the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he ever would.
Does he have standards? I mean, have you met these women? Do you know them?
I have met a few of them. I have seen them, and I have talked to them on the phone.
He says they're, quote, not ugly, fat, or trashy.
I think beauty's always in the eye of the beholder.
Well, thank God you have something that you disagree with. I wrote down some of the things that jumped out that you said. You said, "Claude and I are meant to be together. If I tell people I allow my husband to cheat, they would say I'm crazy. I'm committed to him, better or worse. We're married in our hearts and we're committed to each other. We're spiritually married, but we're not technically married." What does married mean to you? What is that union in your mind?
When you commit your life and your soul to another person, is how I feel that marriage is defined. It doesn't have to be through a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be in front of a preacher. It's when you look at someone and you tell them, "I love you for better or worse. I will always be with you." That is marriage.
When you got married, was it your plan that there would be other women sleeping with your husband?
I actually knew that he had cheated before we even got married, and so people say that they don't change, and I married him anyhow, knowing that he had cheated. And I expected it, but did not want it.
If he was gone, do you think you would be alone the rest of your life?
I feel like now I understand that I would not be alone, but before, like when I first met him, we would have been. I felt that way, yes, sir. I mean, before, but now I think it has changed.
Do you think you deserve better than you're getting?
No.
Well, that's the heart of the whole thing, right? I mean, because we all have a personal truth. We all have a truth that we believe about ourselves. And I've always said that we generate the results in life that we believe we deserve. Like if we believe that we deserve first-class treatment and consideration and dignity and respect, then I think we will create that in our lives. I think we'll generate that in our lives. But if we have a damaged personal truth and we think we're not worthy to be treated with dignity and respect and held in high regard and protected and nurtured and committed to and have honesty in our relationships, if we don't believe that, then we won't generate that.
I was 9 years old when my parents divorced. I felt abandoned. No, I vowed to never let my son be without a mother or a father. Claude is a wonderful father. I'm staying in this relationship because I want to give Lane a mother and a father.
Okay, I'm here with Jesseca. We briefly met her husband, Claude, but he didn't like what I was talking about, so he stormed off the stage. We're talking today about ride or die women, women who say they'll put up with anything, they'll stand by their man no matter what. My question to you before the break is, what was your goal in coming here, and what do you want from me?
My goal in coming here was to try and find out if there is something in Claude's past that has affected him and it makes him do what he does, or in his mind it enables him to do what he has been doing, which is cheating. So I want from you maybe some sort of counseling or something that would maybe help us confront the situation in a different way that hasn't worked before.
But you don't confront it at all, right?
We do talk about it. I mean, we do talk about why he does it, and I've never gotten an answer as to why. He just admits that he has done it.
Okay. You understand what insight is, right? The ability to look within yourself and understand, kind of your hydraulics, your dynamics. And like if somebody has personal insight, then they kind of recognize how one thing causes another. I'm just going to give you my sense of what's going on with Claude based on the tape I've seen that we shot with him, what I've read about what he said, and his, what I consider to be childish behavior when he came out here. When you have someone that behaves in this way, it's a clear lack of maturity. See, when you're children, you do what you want to do when you want to do it. I mean, right, children are hedonistic, right? They do what feels good. They don't want to do what, you can't explain to your child, you're going to get a shot because it'll make you feel better 5 years from now.
Right. When
you don't come down with this disease. All they know is it hurts right now, don't touch me. I mean, right? It's hard to explain to a child why they're getting a shot. They don't like it. And they want to, like they want to eat ice cream. You say, well, you've had too much, it'll make you sick. No, but it tastes good right now. They want to do it.
Yes, sir.
See, that's immaturity. They live in the moment. They want to do what they want to do when they do it. And when you mature, that's when you learn that you don't just always do what you want to do. Sometimes you do what you need to do. You do what you're expected to do. You do what you've committed to do. And when I see somebody that doesn't hold down a job, I assume it's because they have a hard time doing what they don't want to do, because we don't always want to get up and go to work, right?
Yes, sir.
We'd rather go hunting.
Yes, sir.
We'd rather go fishing. We'd go to somebody's like, and a child would say, well, why would I go to work when I want to go hunting? That's a no-brainer. If you're a child, it's a no-brainer. And if you meet some girl and you think, well, it'd be fun to go around behind the barn here or go roll in the hay, why not? If you're immature, I'm in the moment, it's fun now, it feels good now. You don't think about what impact it has on somebody that you're married to. But a more mature reaction is to say, what's the impact of what I'm doing? How is this going to affect others? What am I modeling for my child? Am I hurting my wife? I think a really good rule of marriage is to wake up every day and say, what can I do today to make my spouse's life better? Every morning. I mean, whether it's a little note in their pocket, or it's a call from work, or it's doing the dishes for them, or scrubbing the kids up at the end of the day. Just what can I do today that makes her life better? As opposed to saying, what can I do today that makes my life better? The hell with her. And that's a maturity issue. And as I said, necessity is the mother of invention. One of the things you do as parents is you prepare the child for the next level of life, right?
Yes, sir.
You prepare them to know if you make good grades, you get to have a sleepover on Friday. If you don't, you don't. And they go, well, I guess I better make good grades because I'd like to have my friends over. If you don't teach them that, they never learn that. Maybe you never learned that. I don't know. But right now, he doesn't say no to himself because there's no consequence from you. He's going to pretty much get the same treatment from you whether he sleeps with somebody this weekend or not, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, you teach people how to treat you. I mean, I don't know, because he's not very forthcoming about everything that happened before, so I don't know, but I do know that he has an impulse control problem, right? He just does it. But really, you've pretty much said it's not what I prefer, but it's okay, so.
Yeah, I don't think that he intends to do it. I don't think he plans it. I think if the moment arises, then he takes advantage of it.
Do you fear that your son's going to grow up in the image of his father?
That is my greatest fear, is that he will learn how to treat women from him. And I don't know how to change that.
It's the most powerful role model in his life, right?
Yeah, he is.
But let me tell you, this will never change so long as it's okay with you. Until it is necessary for him to rise to a higher level of impulse control, to a higher level of maturity, to a higher level of consideration for your feelings, he won't. So you're going to get, over the next 4 years, what you've gotten over the last 4 years. You're going to get exactly the same thing because you've taught him what to do.
I don't know what I need to do. I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to put my son in that same situation that I had. So short of leaving, what else is there for me to do?
Well, you could require, desire, request that he get professional help. You could stop being one of his harem. You could let him know that his quality of life with you is a function of his quality of life towards you. You have to put some consequences on it somehow, some way. Here's what a childhood friend of Jesseca has to say about all this.
I don't believe that Claude is the right person for Jesseca for the simple fact that he cannot keep a job. He has cheated on her. Jesseca has told me about him texting other women, phone calls from other women that he lies about. I do not think that Claude treats Jesseca with any respect. Since Claude and Jesseca have been together, I do feel that we have drifted apart. When Jesseca and Claude were going through rough times, I gave her support that she needed from me. Since they've gotten back together, we haven't talked very much. It makes me feel upset that Jesseca and I have lost our relationship. She was like a sister to me, so the fact that she doesn't confide in me anymore, and it has hurt me. No matter what she's going through, I just want her to know that I support her in everything she does. Sorry. I love Jesseca very much, and I really hope that everything that she's going through will be for the better. I think she deserves a better person in her life. She doesn't seem happy.
Well, Sandy is here. You've been listening to what we've been talking about. What do you have to say about this?
I did not know the whole story about everything, but Jesseca, you do deserve a whole lot better than somebody to cheat on you and to treat you like this, somebody to stand next to you instead of behind you. I support you in everything you do, whatever your decision is, but I do believe you deserve a lot better than for somebody to be cheating on you.
you deserve better, but more importantly, your child deserves better. Because make no mistake, as a parent, we model for our children. We do. I mean, they watch what we do, and he'll watch how his father treats you. He'll hear these things going back and forth, and this will become his template. This will become his template for his relationships and his marriage. And if he sees his mother just take what she gets and kind of cower down and say, well, I don't want you to grow up in a divorced home, so I guess I'll allow myself to be mistreated and demeaned with this infidelity, then that will become his yardstick for measuring relationships in his life. And I think that's terrible. I think it's a terrible model to exhibit for him, and I think you have to think about that. And I think if you ever want to have a quality relationship with Claude, you're going to have to require more of him. And you're basically saying you're not willing to do that.
No, I am willing to do that. I just don't know how. I don't understand what I need to do.
Well, you could start by saying, if you're going to sleep with them, you're not going to sleep with me. Okay? It's that simple. You want to live here and you want to sleep with me, then that's an exclusive deal. That's an exclusive deal. And if you're not willing to put the bar that high, we have nothing to talk about. Because you understand.
I do understand.
He'll never, ever do it unless it's required. And if you require it, he probably won't do it. If you require him all of a sudden to be faithful and honest and straightforward, he probably won't. Because it's very likely that he is staying because you make it easy. A lot of times husbands don't want their wives to talk to me because I tell their wives, you need to stand up. You need to require yourself to be treated with dignity and respect. They go, hey, don't be messing this up. I got her like I want her. I got her isolated out here. She's alienated all of her family and friends. I have control of her. She does what I say when I say it. I get to do what I want to do. I don't need you messing that up, Dr. Phil. Right. Then he may say, well, I was willing to stay as long as I could do what I wanted, but if now I have to start behaving with some maturity, I think I'll just move on. That may very well be what happens. So when
then that would be his choice.
Well, it would be his choice, but then you would have what you said you didn't want.
Right.
But I'll guarantee you, he may be splitting from you, but that doesn't mean he splits from his child.
I don't want him out of his child's life.
Well, I would think
ever.
not. But, let me tell you, you're going to get exactly what you're getting if you continue to do what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
So have I been specific enough
Yes,
about
sir.
this? Have I answered your questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Portia says that she is a die-hard, ride-or-die woman for her on-again, off-again boyfriend. She claims she's Bonnie standing by her Clyde while he's been in and out of jail for gun charges, drugs, theft, assault with a weapon, high-speed chase, and kidnapping charges.
Dear Dr. Phil, my boyfriend and I have been together for 6 years. I consider him a wonderful guy and extremely understanding. I feel he is the one, and we are meant to be in each other's lives. It's our plan to one day marry and start a family together. He has made some mistakes, and I feel he's been dealt the wrong cards. He just so happens to have a criminal record and is currently incarcerated. I consider myself a ride-or-die person. I am loyal to him, and I will continue to love him no matter what. My family doesn't approve of my relationship at all, especially my mother. How can I get her to understand that I love my boyfriend unconditionally and to accept and trust my judgments? Portia.
Okay, you've been watching the show because you've been sitting right down here. I've been watching you watch the show.
Okay.
What did you think about what's been going on here?
I feel terrible, for Jesseca and the situation that she's in.
Think she's putting up with things she shouldn't put up with?
Yes.
You think she'll ever get better than what she is getting now if she doesn't require more?
No.
How about you?
I mean, in all honesty, I don't feel that what I'm doing is wrong or negative. But, my family, they don't agree with the relationship that I'm in, based on the fact that he has hurt me and broken my heart before. But I've given him a chance to redeem himself.
You want to give him a chance to redeem himself? Because he's not like a slipped up one-time guy.
Meaning like criminal-wise?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we got a pretty good list here. I mean, gun charges, drugs, theft, assault with a weapon, high-speed chase, kidnapping charges, did 2.5 years in jail for possession of a gun without a license in '04. He went 2.5 years in '05. Out of jail for 1.5 years, then violated his probation for smoking dope at a transition facility, went back to jail again, and now is going to get out here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, now first of all, most of those charges that were listed were dropped because they weren't true, like they found out that they weren't true, and they are being removed from his record.
But they're wrong about him a lot.
What'd you say?
They're wrong about him a lot, apparently.
I mean, not a lot. I mean,
Okay. You understand, that's an unusual resume. True?
I agree.
I mean, listen,
I agree. I mean,
I'm
it's
not
something that I've never, I've never done any of those things at all. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people who have.
And you've never been charged with them.
Correct.
Okay. The saying goes, mother knows best. Well, Portia's mother, Renda, is here, and this is what she has to say. Let's add her, then we'll talk.
I'm really concerned about my daughter Portia's relationship with her boyfriend. What concerns me the most is I don't think he can provide for her. I never met him, and I really don't care to. I think he's not good enough for my daughter. I'm afraid if they do get married and start a family, she may have to take care of him. I know Portia has stood by him through thick and thin, but he's been in trouble, and it will happen again. I think Portia thinks he's changed, but he's gonna have to prove it to me. I know my daughter loves him, but it's gonna be a difficult relationship. I wish she would find an educated man and settle down. She's my daughter, a lovely girl, and I want the best for her.
Well, we're talking about ride or die women today. These are women that say they'll stand by their man through thick and thin, sometimes when the world would think it's time to walk away. Now, let me ask you something. You're going to be there when he gets out of jail, right?
Correct.
And there's nothing I'm going to say is going to change that. And I'm not even expecting to, okay?
Okay.
You say, we described him as your on-again, off-again boyfriend. So there are times that y'all been off.
Correct.
Why?
We had a separation whenever he was initially released from prison, that it just didn't work out. He was extremely, in my opinion, self-involved at the moment, and he needed to get himself together, which broke my heart because, of course, I do believe I was made, all these promises were made to me that we were gonna, have this happy life, and it didn't happen.
So there was a
we
point
took
at which
break.
you said enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll
he
be
said
honest,
enough.
he said at the point, I don't think he was ready to give me what I wanted.
So he broke it off with you.
Correct.
So even then, have you ever broken it off with him?
Yeah, I mean, after he would come back and forth, but then it was just like we took about like a year break. We would still see each other here and there, but we took a year break and I was in another relationship.
Okay. Is there a deal breaker for you?
Well, actually, yes. Like this time around, while me and him were together, I told him, when he comes home, immediately he has to get a job. And he's the type of person I know, pray, that he will get a job and everything works out. Obviously, that's really hard for him.
But if he didn't, you wouldn't stay with him. You expect him to at least get a job. And
exactly, because I deserve the best. I believe that. I do.
And what do you think, Mom? You think she has an affinity for hoodlums?
Yeah, the bad boy or yo, what's up? Stuff like, what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So are you a yo, what's up kind of girl?
No, I mean, it's not that I'm attracted to that particularly. That's just what I seem to have run into.
Not too long ago, I went to a women's prison up north of here, and I talked to a number of women on a unit there. And I particularly talked to those women because they had not committed a crime. So why were they in prison? They were in prison because they were with somebody when they committed a certain type of crime. Like if you shoot somebody during a drug deal, everybody that's with you is going to jail just like you. I know. And there was one woman that I talked to, and I brought her daughters up there that were in their teens, and we visited, and she's in for life. And she was in the car with her boyfriend when a drug deal went bad and the shooting started and somebody got killed, and she was just sitting in the car, and she's in prison for life. Do you get the fact that what your mom's saying here, if these are hoodlums and they go out and do the kind of things that they do, and you happen to be a bystander, you could be in a lot of trouble.
I know people that have happened to. I do know that.
So you get that you are exposing yourself, even though you would never pick up a gun and do a crime. And in fact, you are gainfully employed, you are educated, you are a very contributing and productive citizen in society, true?
True, thank you.
And you're very good at what you do, correct?
Correct. But in my opinion, I truly, as I said on the tape, I believe that he has changed. You know what I mean? I come from a Christian background home, as well as he does, even though he has made mistakes. You know what I mean? Recently, you know, me and him we're trying our best to dedicate our life to Christ and live in a godly way. I only can hope that when he does come home, that he is going to do the right thing. I have no control over him, but if he does not do the right thing, unfortunately, he has to go. I don't have time for that.
Okay. I believe I'll settle for that. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.